Incoming message, someone is destroying your son. Here he is, Funky Kong numbers 2. Funky Kong. Standing in the rain, there is this Funky Kong, he's a pain. He drove me insane with his fake attitude, he was rude, he was stupid like Raku. Funky Kong such, hate that funky game.
Welcome to another edition, actually episode 5 of the Mario Kart 8 Clan Podcast. I'm with some fantastic people. We've been a few weeks since we've done one last, so let's go around, kind of introduce yourselves when we do that. Say your name, where you're chatting from, and if you're representing a clan, what clan you're in. If not, that's cool. Just tell us if you're interested in being part of the clan for Mario Kart 8 or not. For example, I'll go first. I'm McMurphy. I'm representing Shell Slingers, and I am chatting from Northern California. How about, let's go with the newest member of MarioKartWii.com, Alexander.
Hi, my name is Alexander. I'm Skyping from Oslo, Norway. And I am not in any clan currently, but I would love to join a clan for Mario Kart 8.
Oh, cool. Are you interested in something competitive, casual?
Mostly competitive, I think.
You think so? You want to get into tournaments and everything?
Yeah, I think I want to try better myself.
Oh, cool. Very cool. And I'm just going to go clockwise on my little Skype thing. That makes no sense to anyone listening, but anyway. Inviso.
Hey, it's Inviso. I am from New Jersey in the United States. The clan I'm representing PNS, which is Potatoes and Slaves, and IH in Inviso's Hellions. Almost messed up the wording there. That would have been terrible. It would have gotten modded and everything.
Yeah, big beef, yeah. And next is Jelly, who hasn't been part of this podcast before, so go ahead and say hi.
Hi, I'm Jelly. I'm from Gouda in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
And I'm representing Eternal Flame.
Eternal Flame. They've been around for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been around since 2009, but they died as a Mario Kart Wii clan and are coming back as a Mario Kart 8 clan.
Ah, very cool. Very cool. And last but not least, we're joined with Kitty.
Hi, I'm Kitty, and I'm from Nova Scotia in Canada, and I'm representing the Battle Clan Esoteric.
Ah, very cool. Very global cast at this time. That's really cool. Okay. Well, let's go to our first topic, and this was, it seems like every week there's a little something new with Mario Kart 8 news, and this time around there's a rumor. And it seems to be kind of a good rumor about whether or not there's going to be a Mario Kart 8 Wii U Bundle. You know, the Wii U Deluxe console bundled with Mario Kart 8. You were just going around wondering what all of you think about that. Do you think that'll be an effective way to influence Mario Kart Wii players and clans to migrate over to Mario Kart 8? Do you think it's not going to be effective? Just kind of your general thoughts about the news or the rumor, whether or not it's true also. So since I've mangled that, let's go with back to Kitty.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it was true, because Mario Kart is a very popular game, and I feel it would probably get people to play it more, because if it's a bundle, it's going to be cheaper instead of buying the Wii U and then having to buy the game afterward. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right. And I know when I bought an N64, like, I bought Mario Kart separate. And it would have been ideal. It's like they just did it all at once, you know? So, what do you think, Jelly?
I think a bundle would be ideal. As Kitty said, it would be cheaper, and not only that, it's also a rumor that it might be the black version, which contains more gigabytes, which is also very helpful for the Wii U.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if it's bundled, if it's going to be digital or physical form. I hadn't even thought of that before since the Legend of Zelda one was digital. Huh. What do you think, Alexander?
I think it will be digital because all the 3DS bundles I know about it are digital. So yeah, and also I think the rumors are true because as far as I know, I think every Mario Kart game has been in a bundle, haven't they? Or perhaps not the Game Boy Advance one, but the DS, 3DS, Wii, MK64, all were in bundles.
Yeah, I think eventually they would end up being in bundles. What do you think, Invisio? I always say it wrong.
It's all good. I think that if they do a bundle, I think they're doing it too soon because didn't they wait like a year or two into Mario Kart Wii's life before they ended up giving out a bundle and thus gave it a second burst of new people to play it? I think that they're kind of hurting themselves by bundling it too soon, so everyone will just buy the bundle and it won't sell as much individual copies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it all depends on the Wii U sales as well. Like, if the Wii U's not selling too well, they're probably doing this now instead of later to help boost the sales of the Wii U.
Right. Yeah, it's funny because before we did this today, I looked at the game sales charts, and not surprisingly, other than Wii Sports, Mario Kart Wii was hands down the bestseller for Nintendo's Wii system. It blew everything away. Like, for all I thought it would be a lot closer, and it wasn't. It sold about half
because of the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it was because of the Wi-Fi. So I think it's very likely the rumor's true. I mean, it makes business sense. I think it'll help push the systems, and I think it will actually help players and clans and everyone to migrate over. I think it just makes it a little easier. And if somebody's on that edge, that's all they need is something a little more convenient, then they'll just go, yeah, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, because some people are considering not getting the Wii U, but if they can get the game and the Wii U at the same time, they'll maybe reconsider it. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And going to our next question, and this is going to be more related to I think we all watched the last trailer, right? Where it revealed quite a bit, as far as items and tracks. And this relates to the tracks. Does the remakes for Rainbow Road and Moo Moo Meadows allow these tracks to be better contenders for Clan Wars, or to put it in a more general sense, perhaps even more fun on the online experience? I know people that are old enough that played the N64 version of Rainbow Road. It got a lot of criticism because it's a fairly boring track. And it looks like they really livened it up. And Moo Moo Meadows is pretty simple, and I know in the Clan Wars I've been part of, that wasn't a very good track to use. So I'm just kind of wondering with these types of remakes of what you saw in the trailer, if these tracks are far more dynamic for like a competitive scene. What do you think, Alexander?
I really think so, because from my experience with the Mario Kart Wii, I think Moo Moo Meadows is the most boring track there is. But from the trailer, it looks just so beautiful.
It does. Yeah.
And Rainbow Road as well. I always found it tedious because it was just too long. And now it seems to be with a 1 lap thing and all that's going on. It seems like a really fun track.
Yeah, when I was thinking about possible N64 tracks that were going to go on there, and when I was, you always want Rainbow Road. Everyone loves Rainbow Road. But the N64 Rainbow Road, that Clan War would go on forever. I think everyone would just want it done with by the time you're done.
Yeah, what if it was, they had territory wars in Mario Kart 8? Imagine Rainbow Road being the territory. Oh,
that'll be never ending. But let's go ahead and give you the floor, Kitty. What's your general opinion on all this?
I've actually not seen the full trailer because I'm one of those people who likes to find out everything once I get the game instead of watching so many sneak peeks and stuff like that. So I never saw Moo Moo Meadows. So I'm not really sure, but I always thought it was boring. And since it's called Moo Moo Meadows, obviously it's going to have cows, and I don't like cows. I don't like them on the track. They are literally a burden, and all they do is get in your way, so maybe if they were on the grass.
I do like cheese on them, though, so... Sorry, Tina. How about you, Jelly?
I think it's really improved, especially graphical, but while you're racing, still doesn't really matter, because all there's around you is people getting killed and destroyed in Clan Wars. I think you will notice a lot of it during Clan Wars, by the way. No. That's what I think.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think Moo Moo Meadows may still be a tough sell. You know? So, what do you think, Inviso? I should just pronounce your name differently wrong every time.
Call him Inviso.
Inviso? Go ahead, Invisible. What do you have to say?
Well, as long as I can shoot the cows, that's really all that matters to me. As long as I can snipe them with green shells and bombs. I mean, it would be an even better treat if when you snipe it with a green shell, like a random item gets spit out of their mouths or something. That would be awesome.
Oh, that would be cool.
I don't think Nintendo's going to do that, but it would be fun. As for the Rainbow Road thing, yeah, I could see that course being really painfully long. So maybe they'll reintroduce 1 or 2 lap tracks as opposed to having 3 laps for every course.
Yeah.
Do we know if all the retros have been announced yet?
Wario Coliseum 2 laps in Double Dash?
It was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Possible.
So yeah, it's a possibility then that could be our saving grace. And maybe we'll get lucky and they didn't remove the glitch, or the shortcut, I mean, from that 64 Rainbow Road. That famous shortcut.
No, that's it. Let's make sure I'm right. That's near the very beginning.
Yeah, pop off to the left.
Yeah, now you have the glider. I highly doubt they're going to let the glider go off to the side.
Yeah, I doubt it too. They probably removed it. It would have been fun if they kept it. And I'm sure we'll have some people, myself, looking for the shortcut on day 1, see if it's possible.
We're all trying it, of course, yeah.
Even though I don't know what shortcut you're talking about, because
I will have to show you later then.
But didn't they confirm already that Rainbow Road was only 1 lap?
Did they confirm that?
Yeah, I think they did.
That'd be nice.
Like in Mario Kart 7.
Oh.
I think they did because I don't recall who said it, but it was stated somewhere.
Make our lives easier.
Yeah, that would take... then I could see Clan Wars definitely happening with that. But if you had to do three laps of that, there's no way. Everyone would roll their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
it is 1 lap. I just looked it up. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, let me just check.
That made me happier. Thank you, Nintendo.
Yes. They were thinking. Somebody was actually playing that track and go, wait a minute, guys, we got a problem. But, yeah, so, that's kind of the track element. Of course, they also had items. And so imagine you're in a clan war or in a highly competitive online match. And now you have in your arsenal the boomerang and blanking on everyone's yelling at the screen right now because I'm blanking on the name. The plant attack.
Piranha plant.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that. So, I'm just wondering, how does that change the race? How do you see that being in a competitive environment? What do you think? Let's start with Jelly this time.
I didn't really hear it because I was a bit distracted. I'm sorry about that.
No, we were just wondering about the boomerang being used as a weapon. How is that going to change Clan War?
I think it will be helpful and disgusting because, his clan mates a lot. I can see it happening already. Yes. I just have to... I just didn't know how to put it.
And what do you think of the plant? Chomp anyone near you.
I think the plant will be quite strong as well, since I've seen it in the trial or trail or whatever it is, trailer. Wow, I can't fucking spell at all.
You can't what? I'm sorry, you can't what?
I can't spell. Okay.
I hear a beep coming in soon.
Yeah. Anyways, I saw it being pulled in third place, and that's about it.
No.
And I think it's very helpful and will speed you up a lot.
No. Well, what do you think, Kitty?
Well, I don't mind the boomerang, but the piranha plant, it's just going to be Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Just spacing that off. I already know that it's going to be even worse than the Tanuki tail. It's just going to annoy everyone. It would be like the new Thundercloud.
I don't know. There's a lot of hate for the Thundercloud.
Oh, of course. Most of it's from me. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Inviso?
The boomerang, I'm going to fall in love with it. I already can tell. I love those strategical kind of items, and I can see that I'm really going to like it. Like, you could just throw it at someone and have one of your teammates, if you're in a war, bump someone from the other team into its path as it's returning to you. So I think that you could really take out multiple people at once with it, and it's just going to be really awesome. What else?
And you can use it twice, right? That's the idea.
3 times, actually.
3 times?
Yeah, I believe you could use it 3 times. So that's going to be pretty awesome. The piranha plant, I keep thinking about the war scene and the piranha plant team raping everyone. It's going to be hilarious to watch. Oh, your piranha plant just hit me! It cost me the whole race!
That never gets uttered in Mario Kart.
Never. Oh, no, never.
Just place any item in that phrase. And
Well, it does, but when the piranha plant has its own mind, and like, for example, GCN Mario Circuit, oh, God. That piranha plant just loves to, it's waiting. It waits until you come by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know there's another item that they haven't announced what it is yet. It's like a music box kind of item that they haven't given a name to it yet. Nintendo hasn't stated what it is, but in one of the playthroughs that someone was doing, you saw it run through the roulette at one point, and they haven't said anything about it, so it's going to be interesting to see what that's all about. It might make like a shockwave or something of that nature with it. Maybe it'll just negate all items near you or something.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because the music, the note, and see, I've been playing Super Mario 3. I downloaded on the Wii U, so I've been transported back to 1990. But, you know, that's the bouncy one. So I wonder what it could do. Huh.
That's true. And we also have the lovely 8 item, which I won't even talk about.
What do you think, Alexander?
I think, I don't know, for normal competitive battling, when you just want to win the race, I think they both are brilliant because, you know, it's perfect troll items. The boomerang, you can hit multiple people multiple times, and the piranha plant just chomps at everything. But, I don't know, in clans, I think we will get a lot of people hitting clan members, and screwing up a lot.
No. You know, and as you all went around and answered that, a caveat to this that just kind of occurred to me was, are what you've seen on these new items, these new weapons, rather, suggest to you that they're choices that are not so in the ability of affecting the whole race? Like, you know, the issue with sandbagging is you stay in the back, you get some amazing weapon that just destroys, just messes up everybody, and then you go up ahead or your teammate gets up ahead. I don't know if it's things like boomerang and the plant, if they're necessarily things that totally wipe out another team. Do you, just kind of with that in mind, do you think their weapon selection seems to suggest that they're addressing that, or do you think that's irrelevant in every way? Let's start over with Jelly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit sleepy. Okay. Anyways, I think still the items will be quite useful in wars, whether it can hit teammates or not, because, as you know, it's just go for the enemies, just hit everyone, otherwise in normal races as well especially. It'll be very helpful, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you think, Kitty, as far as whether or not it reflects any decisive decision by Nintendo.
Well, I feel that the boomerang will definitely help a lot in wars, because if people are, like, for example, if it somehow becomes an item, like, kind of like triple reds, if first place is a little bit ahead of you and you have the boomerang, you will be able to hit them pretty easily unless they suspect it coming and manage to turn. Mm-hmm. But the piranha plant will only help if a lot of your enemies are near you. If they're not near you, then it's not as useful. But I guess it could be if, for example, you had tons of the other team right next to you and they didn't suspect a thing. However, if there's item spy, they probably will, and they'll be like, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, right. Well, what do you think, Inviso, as far as it being overreaching, the weapon, let's say you're in 5th place and you're trying to get the other team who's in 1st. Neither of these items seem to have that ability to do that. Do you think Nintendo's trying to shift that position away from an all-destroying weapon, or is that just, that's still in there, it doesn't make a difference?
It's really going to come down as situational items, like, for instance, the piranha plant. It'll help bring you up, and I don't think they've really talked about how long it's going to last for specifically.
That's true.
I mean, if it lasts for as long as, like, a gold mushroom would, getting that in 5th place would be amazing. Right. And we don't know if that's going to count as off-road, if you could go off-road with it, or what the case may be with it. Since it's only a temporary boost, I'm guessing you can't really go off-road with it. So it's limited in its capabilities, but it might just be a slightly powered-down gold mushroom, which in a decent position, it will be too powerful. The boomerang, again, it's situational. Like, I know with that Mario Kart circuit track, there's, like, a lot of straightaways, so the boomerang can easily get to someone who's all the way up in 1st place, assuming it doesn't have some kind of a limited range. But by the same token, if you're trying to get rid of it to get another item, you're going to have a hard time because it has to hit something and then come back to you. So if you have to throw the boomerang 3 times, you can't get another item until you've thrown it 3 times, and that could take up to like 4 or 5 seconds, which could be good or bad.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, they haven't really said much about where the blue shell's going to be positioned yet, and I believe it's going to be another ground blue shell, not up in the air like it was in MKW. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how the formula looks like for items before I can really say anything for sure about it.
No. Well, what do you think, Alexander?
I don't really know. I think from what I've seen from gameplay videos, it looks to me like the piranha plants last perhaps 5-6 seconds or something. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it will be that big a boost, but it seems to, grab coins, throw banana peels that are in front of you and stuff like that. So if you're careless, it could be good. I don't know. And as for the boomerang, I think it would be quite useful because if I recall correctly, it seemed to sort of go with the curve of the road. So if you throw it straight forward and you're just going into a curve, it sort of curves a little.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, and I think that's quite nice. And it also bumps up enemies, so you can hit, in one throw, you can hit multiple enemies at once. So I think it will be quite a good item, but I think the, throwback of the item is that, as you stated earlier, that you have to throw it actually 3 times before you can pick up a new item.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And I also wonder with the boomerang, if you're in a track where you're a lot of curves and you can see, like, you're on one end of the loop, and at the tail end of that loop, you can see the other competitor. I kind of wonder if the boomerang is going to be able to kind of cross that and get them, Because then that's quite a bit of distance you can go just through the curve of the track. But,
do we know if we... Sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, do we know if we get through the boomerang backwards yet or no?
I haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it yet.
No, that hasn't been announced yet at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Are we even able to look back?
Yeah, you can. They confirm that one, that you can use your review.
Because MK7 you weren't allowed to, and that really bugged me.
Yeah. That's strange.
But you have the map, though, so you can sort of see what's behind you anyway.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Not the same.
Yeah, I know. But it works for me.
Okay, so, and this is kind of touching on, we're getting around the mechanics here, and one of it is, okay, we talked about the tracks, that's been in the new trailer, the items, now obviously the characters. And I think if you read any Mario Kart forum, any general Nintendo site, people just keep pointing out Mario Kart Wii had a balancing issue with carts for spikes and, having the same combo used over and over in like Clan Wars or highly competitive races, Funky Kong, for example. Now they've introduced the return of Metal Mario, Shy Guy's coming back, some others. Just these choices as far as characters, does this suggest to you that Nintendo is addressing balancing issues, or does it seem like it's going to be the same? They're keeping to the formula. We're going to see a lot of the very popular combos used over and over because it gives a slight edge in some scenarios. What do you think, Kitty?
It depends on if they have the same type of thing with weight and speed. If they don't have that, then I feel people will stick to what they like and what they are most comfortable with, and rather than a character that they can use just to win. Because I feel that a lot of people, they did use Funky Kong because they liked the character, but majority of the community used it because he was the only character who could beat the other Funky Kongs. If everyone else is a Funky Kong, I might as well be one too. Otherwise, I'm going to have a low chance of winning because of the speed and weight,
Yeah, well, and put it on the flip side here, let's say you're really into Metal Mario and you go play it on Mario Kart 8 and they've removed some of the features of him, some of the weights and stuff, because they're trying to keep it balanced. Would you feel disappointed, cheated, or do you think you'd be going, well, I understand?
I would say I understand. I mean, I don't really use a character because of stats. I mostly use them because I like them.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Jelly?
I just hope that the most characters will be balanced. So, as Kitty said, everyone can use what they like to use and just win with what they want to win with, instead of people using the same combo over and over to win all the time in Clan Wars, and that is just getting annoying at one point.
Oh yeah, and like when you the beginning of this podcast and the previous episodes, it's Loco's song about Funky Kong, and it's if you listen to the lyrics, it's not a very friendly I'm trying to say song to him. So
you should show me it after this.
I will.
Interested.
Full one. He has a lot of talent, by the way. He's a Mario Kart player through and through. So, what do you think, Inviso?
In terms of characters, I mean, if they got rid of individual character boosts, that'd be cool with me. I wouldn't really care. I could just use whoever I want then, which is what I usually did for Mario Kart Wii anyway. My only complaint about the characters is currently the selection of characters.
Oh, yeah.
Where for now, it seems like they revealed all of them except 3, and people keep saying there has to be another row. But if there's not another row, we're going to have 7 Bowser Jr.'s, 4 baby characters, maybe 5, depends. Baby Rosalina, that's a real possibility. That's a serious
I need her in my life. I do. If Baby Daisy can just appear out of nowhere, Baby Rosalina can too.
Yeah, that's true.
Before we know it, we're going to have, like, Baby Bowser Jr., Baby Metal Mario.
Someone said Baby Toad, and I was like, Toad's kind of already a baby.
I know.
Yeah, that was me.
We're going to have to, like, press our face. We're going to have to press our face to the TV screen just to see Baby Toad, But, yeah, what do you think, Alexander?
Baby Toad was my idea, so I don't know. But no, I love the new character roster. I think it's great, but I hope that what's it called, Kamek?
Yeah.
I hope he shows up. I love that character, and yeah, I think that would be brilliant. But as far as Metal Mario and Shy Guy is concerned, I don't know. I played a lot of Mario Kart 7. That's my sort of main game. And as far as I know, there's no character boost there, but each weight class has their own characteristic. So the only difference between Metal Mario and, for example, Bowser is that Bowser has a larger card because it's a larger character. So if it stays like that for Mario Kart 8, I will be pleased, because then you can use your favorite character and have some sort of advantage because of the weight class, but still, it's not too overpowered.
Yeah. I don't know. By the things that are coming out, I think they're trying. This is what I think. I think they're stuck on a catch-22. I think they've put them in a scenario where you're so used to picking your characters and you see the bars, the status bars go up and down with the combos, and you kind of customize your experience a bit. So if they got rid of all of it, I think there would be a backlash, because it'd be like, I'm just playing the same character with a different skin over and over. But I think they're going to smooth it out. That's my prediction. I think there's definitely going to be attributes still there, but I mean, they really have to put them side by side, and hopefully Metal Mario, for example, although I like Metal Mario, I want to try him because I didn't play Mario Kart 7, so I feel cheated. I want to play him. While everyone else is picking someone else, this is going to be a new guy for me, so. But, yeah, I hope it feels like his own character without going overboard, tipping the scale, so to speak. Kitty brought up something at the beginning with I think when we were talking about the tracks, actually, and I was hoping it would stay in my head long enough to ask this. They're revealing more and more, and, Kitty was saying that she doesn't like to look because, you want to have something unrevealed by the time when it comes out. And I think that's really a good question. Do you think, with all the trailers that's come out, all these little nuggets of information they're feeding us to keep us interested until the game's release on May 30th, do you think they're going to save anything for the release? Like, we're going to put it in, we're going to see some tracks we didn't know, we're going to see some hidden characters that could be unlocked through who knows what feat, time trials, etc. Or do you think they're kind of feeding us everything little by little, so when the game comes out, we're not going to really have any surprises other than the experience itself? I'm going to go backwards, so we'll give Alexander the floor again.
I don't know. I don't think they will reveal everything, but I do think that they will reveal quite a lot, but I don't expect to see anything from the battle modes, and I also expect there to be some characters left that we don't know about.
Right. Do you think those characters would be, like, when you put it in the game and you see the roster, or do you think it's going to be one of those things that's like, oh, wait, if I play 10,000 online matches, I'm going to unlock the time clock or something? I don't know. So obviously Nintendo has more creativity than me, thank God. But,
Glad you don't work for Nintendo.
Yeah, I know. You would all be driving people, So, but, what do you think, Alexander? Do you think it's going to be kind of like what they're keeping are stuff that you're going to be unlocking, or things that when you pop in the game right away you're going to see?
No, I think they will have a few unlockable characters, but like in MK7, the characters are quite easy to unlock, but they have all these, because you can customize your car now, or your bike or whatever. I think they will have more advanced methods of unlocking the different kart parts and wheels and gliders and stuff. Yeah. And focus more on those sort of things being unlockable, and the characters to be easier to obtain, because, this is a game for everyone. You have children playing it as well who would love to play some sort of character, and if it's easier to accomplish a goal that gives you the chance to use the character, I think Nintendo would be better off with that. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Well, what do you think, Inviso?
I think their goal was to not reveal too much, but they've accidentally revealed certain things, like the fact that Yoshi's Valley and a Sherbet Land is going to be in the game, because they likely didn't realize it was on that one sign in that one course. I don't remember its name.
The airport one, where you saw it on the arrivals? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of that stuff was unintentionally revealed, and that they were going to save that for either later or for the release. But, I mean, I'm hoping that there's still more in it, but at the same time, I always say to myself, well, it's Nintendo, and I'm sure they'll drop the ball somehow. So, I'm hoping for the best, but expecting the worst, which is that they've revealed most of the stuff already.
What do you think, Kitty?
I feel they have revealed majority of the characters. Like, I feel like I already know the whole roster, and it's kind of sad. But I feel they still haven't revealed that many courses. They've revealed quite a bit, but not, like, full-on course selection. They also have never mentioned Battlein at all.
You're right.
Literally at all, which makes me very nervous, as Sly said in another podcast, because it makes you overwhelmed and think they can't just get rid of Battlein, can they?
Sure,
and
they
that's
can.
why.
You never know.
That's why I hope that maybe they're just keeping that as a secret for us until the actual game comes out, and that we'll be so surprised and shocked of what Battlein's going to be like and whatnot. And they're giving Battlein the suspense, I'm hoping for it.
Yeah, surprised, all right.
Well, that would be a surprise in on itself if you don't have battle mode, But, Kitty, you bring up a good point, because they also have not readdressed the community or the Mario Kart TV features. So maybe that in itself will be a bunch of extra stuff that we get to experience when we put in the game.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jelly? Well,
I just hope there will be a few surprises left for us, but they've already given out so much that I think there won't be much left besides the battling mode. I hope it's just overwhelming for us, like a very big surprise or another unaccepted battle mode or something that we don't know about yet, or just something else very new that we don't know at all.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of agreeing. I think we're all kind of in agreement on that. I sure hope that there's more when we get it in, that some surprises, particularly with the characters, because I don't know if it was Inviso or Kitty that said it. Maybe it was Alexander. I don't know. But one of you said the idea that it feels like we have it all, and it seems unbalanced in this shape. Just like you have 7 Koopalings. Yeah, you have
too many. They should have just gave 2 or 3.
Well, that's why I think if you go to one of the first podcasts, we were talking about that idea. Is like there's got to be a lot of characters, because you couldn't possibly give up so much seats to this roster with the Koopalings and the babies. That's ridiculous. I hope not. So I hope when we get it in, at least with the rosters and the tracks, but particularly the rosters, I hope
it's going to be bigger. I feel the character selection is going to be much bigger than Mario Kart Wii was.
I think so too, and who knows, DLC. I know, that's crazy. That's crazy talk.
DLC.
Moving on then, but let's see. Okay. Oh, well, I actually kind of jumped ahead a little bit when I was talking about the community. There's no new news in regards to the community function. How do you think that speaks to possible clan support? Do you think... So in other words, what I'm saying is, in Mario Kart 7, the Mario Kart, the community feature was pretty basic. Clans couldn't really utilize it for clan purposes, per se. With no more news coming out, do you think that speaks of it not being a robust feature, or that you're still holding out for hope that clans could utilize that for functions and clan wars and having an identity on the online server? Let's go with Inviso.
Yeah, I was actually looking like 1 or 2 days ago through all the new MK8 stuff, and I noticed that there was no real talk about the community aspect of it. So, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe they're trying to keep us in suspense, or maybe they're too afraid of what they did with it, and they don't want to tell us until after we get it, and then we can all send angry letters to them about how they botched it up. Hopefully it's good. Maybe no news is good news. Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
Possibly. It's Nintendo.
Don't look on the bad side, Inviso.
I'm just being realistic, that's all.
I remember as a kid when a friend's mom was like, "Yeah, stop being so negative." I'm not, I'm positive. She goes, "You are?" "Yes, I'm positively negative." At 12, I thought that was really clever, but anyway.
I think that's amusing.
What do you think, Jelly?
I don't even own MK7 myself, but we have to keep in mind that Nintendo might keep it more for the kids, to put it that way. Mm-hmm. That they focus more on those ages, like 10, 14, let's say that. And they don't really know about clans or think about them at all. Maybe they don't even know about them. We don't know about that.
Well, that's a good point, because, I mean, let's face it, it is, and rightfully so, it is a kid's game. I mean, I play it because I was a lot younger when the Super Nintendo version came out, so there's attached fond memories, it builds on it. My wife, who never played it, despises Mario Kart, the very sounds of it. So I'm going to be playing on headset a lot. But, yeah, but the reason is because it's, for kids, so perhaps the community feature won't be very deep because this is a kid's game. It needs to be accessible for everybody. What do you think, Alexander?
Yeah, I think you're completely right, because, I don't know, I don't think Nintendo really considers competitive players when it comes to most of their games. I just don't see them worrying about it. So I think the community feature will return, because it's a fun feature on the Mario Kart 7 game, and as far as I understand, it's being used a lot. So I think they will keep the feature, but I don't know how it will be used.
Yeah, I mean, they mentioned community. I know they pulled back a lot on talking about that, which worries me. But I think it's going to be in there. I just don't know what they're going to do with it. What do you think, Kitty?
Well, I have played MK7, but I've never bored or firmed or whatever, so I don't even know how that works with the whole community thing. And since I don't know how it works, I'm just hoping it's like Mario Kart Wii, so I don't have to learn things. Because it's such a struggle. But I just hope that they do have the whole community idea, because it's more fun, because then you can play with people and like rooms instead of actual worldwides and whatnot. It makes it easier for everyone. And I liked the whole roster way. I think they might have a mix of MK7 and MKWii, because now on the 3DS you're able to add people in general to your 3DS, which can be added to your MK7 roster, which I think is actually a good idea, because then you don't have to re-add people if there's different Wi-Fi games, for example. They're all just there in every game, if they have the game or not.
Yeah. That's a good point. It would be cool even if it was fairly simple, but instead of using, which I can't imagine they'll give it friend code attachments to the communities. They seem to luckily have abandoned that. But it would be just cool, like you somehow on some menu online, you can scroll through the communities that are marked public, let's say, but you can name those communities. So then let's say, like, I have my Shell Slingers, so you see a community that's called Shell Slingers. It'd feel like little hubs for the clans. That'd be kind of cool, even if it didn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, just, even if they're just friend rooms, but...
Just the problem is, like Jill said, I don't think Nintendo thinks about clans exactly.
No.
They think more of just friendly play.
Yeah. And that's fair. Yeah. It is fair. I mean, when, this is a podcast about clans, and I think as, like, much of activity and wrangling there is with it, we are in the minority, aren't we? I mean, let's face it, of the, I think, 34 million copies that get sold or whatever it was, the people that actually went to forums, doing clans and stuff like that, are actually a pretty small minority to the people that just bought it for their kids, and they just played it when friends were over or something, so as long as they appeal to them, that's probably what they want to do. I don't know. Mm-hmm. We're actually already coming to the end of the time. Did Jelly get to talk about this question? I think he did.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Okay. But before we go, let's just go around real quick. Just a quick question, a lightning round here. Let's pretend they have plenty of room on the roster. Name a character or a few characters you personally would love to have in Mario Kart 8. Let's start with Kitty.
Well, obviously, Baby Rosalina, as I said earlier, because I really always loved Rosalina from the start, so having a Baby Rosalina would be pretty awesome. Other than that, I know this won't happen, obviously this won't, but it would be interesting to have, like, Tiny Kong or Dixie Kong.
No.
I think that would be cool. I know it won't happen. I feel like it won't, but, it's cool to think about.
I know. Don't worry.
I feel like they haven't even confirmed Diddy Kong yet, so obviously they're not going to have Dixie Kong or Tiny Kong if Diddy's not in it.
Yeah. Well, as long as Funky Kong doesn't get the invite, I'm fine. So, what do you think, Jelly?
The only character that I would really like to see back is the Mii Mac bike, or just Mii in general, because I
like to
play that loads. And as it's on Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7, I wouldn't be surprised to see it back.
Yeah. No, I almost want to change. I'm glad you said it because now I can change my answer a little bit. But
Me too.
Mario Kart Wii, I'm the most boring person. From beginning to end, 99% of all my races were using my middleweight Mii character.
Who hated the voices of MK7 Mii's?
Well, my wife did, but no. But no, I know they need to work on that a little bit. So
yeah, the MK Wii ones were great. They were cute. The ones from MK7 all sound the same and robotic.
Yes.
Oh,
let me just throw this in before we move on. But what they will never do, but it would be hilarious if they did, is, did any of you play the Wii version of Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't really miss anything. But you remember the Wii Speak that no one bought but me? Where it's an open mic and you can play like the first Conduit, and there's a handful of games that utilized it.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing was probably the biggest one. But on that one you can do it, and they would have exclamations, kind of like in Mario Kart Wii. But you can record your own. So I think you record a positive one or a negative one or an idle one, So it would be your voice instead of theirs, pre-made ones. And I think the only bad thing about that is, at least in my household, it became kind of vulgar. So probably
that was the first place my mind went.
Yeah, I know. It was like, our Mii's no longer were graceful when they got an answer wrong. Let's just put it that way. So, but let's see where we're at before I sidetracked us all completely. I mean, Jelly, Kitty, Inviso.
Let's see, because I know Diddy hasn't been confirmed yet, so hopefully he's in it. Dixie would be kind of cool. I think that she would be welcomed into the game. Who else? Funky. No, I'm kidding. I can't really think of. Kamek. Kamek. That would be another one I'd like to see in it. And I don't think they confirmed King Boo?
No.
No, I don't think so.
King Boo would be another one. And I think that would be it. I could live without Bowser Jr. We have enough Bowser characters.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. What do you think, Alexander?
I would love to see Kamek, and I don't really care for the Donkey Kong characters because I don't feel like they fit in the Mario universe because it's like a different franchise, I feel. Except for Donkey Kong, of course, who was the original enemy of Mario. Yeah. But I don't know. But I would also like to see Nabbit. I think he's kind of cool. Yeah,
Nabbit is cool. Actually, because he is part of the Mario canon now, right? I mean, Nabbit's, you never know. Okay, here's mine, and I have two, thanks to Jelly, because I can cross the me off the list. But my first one, none of you are going to agree with this, is Pauline.
Oh, I remember her.
Oh, no.
I don't even know who that is.
It's
the original Peach or something like that.
Well, she was the girlfriend of Mario in Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Before he was saving princesses, he was, I don't know.
Saving Pauline.
Yeah,
but that's
exactly.
like ancient. Why would they include her?
Yeah, I don't, because, they won't. This is just
He just wants her to be in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have weird fetishes. I don't know. But, not that mean.
Never expected to go.
Inviso, you might not have got her.
And then the other one, although this one I think is fair, it won't happen because there's too many enemies already on that list. Mouser from Super Mario 2.
Oh yeah, he would be cool.
It'd be cool. Well, they don't have custom weapons, but if he did, he could lob some bombs. That'd be sweet. But
bombs.
Yeah.
Bombs floating around you. Oh man.
Oh. Well, like I said, we're coming to the end here. So let's go around, give a shout out to some people that may be listening, whether they're clanmates, friends, entities, whatever you want. Just in case they're listening, so they know that you're thinking of them. How about you, Jelly?
I'll give a shout out to just to everyone in my current clan called Team, everyone to the current clan called Eternal Flame from MK8, and that's about it.
Very cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see Eternal Flame on the track. Mario Kart 8. What do you think? How about you, Kitty? Shout out.
I'll give a shout out to all my fellow moderators, except Joe, because he's already here. And my friends Jason, Lucas, and my friend Ian, who has never played a Mario Kart game before, but we've convinced him to get a Wii U and play MK8, so that should be very interesting, because he's never played it before.
And how about you, Inviso?
Well, I would like to give a shout out to Team Rock. Wait, that's not gonna work. I guess just to IH and PNS and Kitty, of course, and to any other friends of mine that may happen to find their way onto this podcast. Oh, and to MYS. Hopefully we'll come back for MK8, maybe. Hopefully.
And how about you, Alexander?
I don't know, I have 3 friends perhaps who might be listening to this, and those are Kjetil, Marcus, and Ingeborg, who I hope will be listening to this because they know I've been on this podcast now. So, yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to say hi to them.
Yeah, and it's cool. And like you said, you're new to the Mario Kart online community at large, so, hopefully you'll probably have no problem making a lot of friends. So,
I hope so.
Yeah, welcome aboard. I'm broken record if people's listened to podcasts before. Shout out to the Shell Slingers. I am systematically kind of hunting down the old shell slingers, kicking them off their Xboxes, their PlayStations, and I got Freddy. I don't know if you all know Freddy, but he's awesome, very outspoken. Could never have him on this podcast. I would be beeping every word, but seriously.
You only have to beep one, thanks to Jelly there.
Nobody heard that. I don't think I would heard it. But yeah, so, it's Freddy, Corchi. There's some shell slingers that joined after the fact, like Murky Water's awesome. Belky. Hopefully Cheryl will come back. I don't know. Do you all know Missy and Azul in Mario Kart? They're shell slingers. They also did some other subplans, but they got married last weekend.
Oh.
So shout out to them.
Cool.
Mario Kart Wii players getting married. I am officially old.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a clap for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So, one's from Denmark, one's from southern United States. So,
Wow.
Yeah. Mario Kart bringing people together. But anyway, shout out to them.
To them.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, let's all say bye. Bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Long time.
Incoming message, someone is destroying your son. Here he is, Funky Kong number 2. Funky Kong. Standing in the rain, there is this Funky Kong, he's a pain. He drove me insane with his fake attitude, he was rude, he was stupid like Raku. Funky Kong such, hate that funky game.